So when I first got into wakeboarding, I was probably 12 years old, and my uncle was super passionate about water sports. He's always out there doing funny stuff. And I saw that growing up, and I really just wanted to be like him, honestly. So I took that and I just kind of ran with it. Me and my dad would just go out on the water all the time, training, learning new tricks, and that's basically how I got into wakeboarding. We went up the river one Saturday. It was like right after Labor Day, and I was doing a tantrum to blind, or trying a tantrum to blind, and I went up for the backflip part of it, and then rotated the backside 180, and I basically just froze in the air. And what that did is it made my body just go like straight into like a backside edge. And it shook my head so hard that I had a brain hemorrhage. So I basically had blood flooding my brain, pushing my brain to one side and crushing it. So right after I had that happen, obviously I blacked out. I didn't really know what happened after that. My dad told me the rest. So he had to floor it back to the dock. It took him like 15 minutes to get to the dock. And I guess he had called 911 ahead of time, so they met us at the dock with an ambulance and basically snagged me, put me in the back, and drove me to the high school football field, which was like 5 minutes away. And from there, they airlifted me. So they got me to the hospital within 10 minutes. So let's build like a timeline. So 15 minutes down the lake, 5 minutes to the football field, was 20, and then it basically took 30 minutes to get to the hospital. So at 50 minutes, that's kind of, once you go over an hour with that much like blood crushing your brain, you start to, that's when a lot of people die. Like there's probably 15% of people with that injury survive, which is, that's pretty intense. So the doctor drilled in, let all the pressure out of my head, and then he basically, like, I don't know, once that happened, like I went into a coma, and he actually went out like after the surgery and told my parents that like I wasn't gonna make it. So they freaked out, passed out. My mom was like, you know, she basically fell on the floor. So I wasn't supposed to make it, and then like I was in a coma for 3 days basically, and I came out of the coma. And everyone was like, wow, like they were shocked. Really my whole goal, it's funny, I had that injury, wakeboarding, and the one thing I wanted to do was get wakeboard. It's like, it always works like that. But I think it's really important to just you know, realize what you have. That injury really made me, you know, appreciate life a lot more, and it makes you realize that there's, you know, there's a bigger picture. There's more to life. One of my favorite verses is Mark 9:23. For all those who believe, everything's possible. And I think it's really important that people should chase their dreams. It takes a lot to do it, but like look at my accident, and even after all that, I'm still doing what I love to do. And the moral of the story is that life's too short to just be scared and get back out there. Even with my accident, it's really intense, and it is a scary thing, but you know, I really believe that, you know, God's in our circumstances, and that ultimately He's in control, so we don't have to be scared. My name is Tanner Lawson, and that's my focus story.